what we need to do first is open bookingbar.php, and in there we're going to find our form, which is this bit, and we want to change the values in this select box to something more meaningful. So location 1 is Harrogate, location 2 was Leeds, and location 3 was Knaresborough Castle. Just keep it as that, and I'll put Castle in there. Okay, so we can just save that and we'll have a look at what it looks like. Okay, what we want to do next is, if we go down to our submit button, which is down there, we're going to add a bit of code into this, which we'll call the JavaScript function that we're going to write to check the form. So I'm going to add onClick equals return check form. So the name of our function is going to be check form, and it's going to return either true if all the checks are complete and passed, or false if there is an error. And if it returns false, it will stop the form from being submitted to the server. So next we need to declare our JavaScript function. So we're going to go down to the bottom of the code here, and we're going to open a script tag. Okay, we also need a closing script tag like that, and all of our JavaScript code is going to go between these two tags. So first of all, we want to declare the function, so it's called check form. It doesn't take any parameters, and everything that we're going to put in it, all of our JavaScript code, so that all needs to go between these two curly brackets. So the first thing we're going to do in here is we're going to check if first name field is blank. So we want to make sure the user has entered something into this field. So what we need to do is we're going to declare a constant called first name. It's constant because it's getting the data from the form. The user has already entered it, so the value of this is not going to change, so therefore remain constant. So to do this, we need to use a document query selector, and this is input name equals first name, which is the ID of the field where the user enters the first name, which is up here. So there it is. So that's where that relates. Okay, so syntax for this is like that. We've got that, and then we've got value.trim. Okay, so get first name from form. Then we want to check if the name is blank, so I'm going to say if first name is equal to a blank string. Just move those up. Then we want to show the user an error message. So we're going to do that through the alert box. So we're just going to say first name is required. So that'll be the error message that is shown to the user. Return false, and that will make sure that our form does not get submitted because there is an error. So we're just going to save that, and then we'll see if it works. To test this, we just need to refresh the index page. I'm going to submit a form without putting anything in the first name field. Okay, so if we just submit a form, then we get this error message that says first name is required. So that means that the form has not been submitted, so our test actually works. So it means our code works. So now we're going to do the same for last name, which is the same code. We're just going to change the variable name. So now we need to check the last name, so we can basically just copy that. Right, so last name, we've changed that to last name. We need to change that bit to last name, and of course the comments, and then that, and then the error message. So last name is required. So we can save that and test it. So to test it, we just need to refresh the page because we've changed the code. We're going to put a name in the first name field, but we're going to leave the last name blank because that's what we want to check. Okay, and we pop up with the error message that says last name is required. So the next check is going to be to check for a valid phone number. There's a couple of different checks we can do for this. So we'll need to check, first of all, if it's not blank, if it's a number, and we'll also need to do a length check on it as well. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to check if the field is not blank. So it's going to be similar to what we've already done there. So we're going to change that to phone. The field was phone, and we're going to get phone number. Okay, and we're going to do the same if statement in there. So if phone is empty, then phone number is required for all bookings. Improve the error message a little bit. So let's save that and then see if that bit works. Okay, so to test this, we just need to refresh the page, and we also need to put in a first name and a last name because those checks are already in place, so we need to have those fields already having some data in there. And so the next one we're going to check is phone number, so we're going to put nothing in there, and we're going to see what happens. There we go, we get the error message that says phone number is required for all bookings. So the next check we're going to do is check that we actually put a number in there and not any letters or anything else. Okay, so if we just return to our code, in this if statement, we're going to add another clause, which is going to use these two lines, which is next to the Z key, so just to the left of the Z key, and that means or. So if phone number is not blank or it is not a number, so we're going to use this is nan, and you need to write it like that. So is nan phone. Okay, so if it's not a number, then it's going to give us the same error message. So let's save that and see if it works. Okay, so again, just refresh the page and input a first name and a last name, and then put some text like A, B, C, D, E in the phone number field. So this should not be accepted because it's not a number. So if we click submit, of course, there we go, we get the error message that says phone number is required. So it's not accepting that, which is right. Okay, so let's return to the code, and we're going to put a length check in for phone number as well. So we're going to do another or, and we're going to say phone.length is not equal to 11. The double equal sign means strict equals, so if it's strictly not equal to 11, then we're going to be given an error message. We've chosen 11 because that is the standard length of a UK mobile phone number. So we're going to save that, and we're going to test it. Okay, so again, just refresh the page to load the new code and fill in the first and last names, and also put an invalid phone number in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be rejected, which it is. Okay, so we're giving out our error message, say phone number is required. If we put another number in, we need to put a field length of 11 next. So that should then take us to our booking confirmation page, because that should be accepted. Right, let's also do a test for 12 numbers. Okay, so I've got 12 numbers in there, and that is of course rejected. So our phone number now works.